Today we're here at Machining Solutions. We're going to be showing you how to change out your 1¼ carbide side guides on your Himsaw 105 LA machine. These carbide side guides are a precision machine part and heat induction solder, great extra durable and precision part. The part number for these side guides today for this 105 machine are going to be a C-9327-1. And then while we're in these side guides, it's always a good practice to change out your backup guides, which can often be found as a part number BU7125. Before we get started, always want to have the right PPE, so we're going to be having our safety glasses and a set of gloves today because we will be dealing with some sharp objects and of course metal shavings. Alright, to get started in this new installation, we went ahead, we took our blade out of the guides. Now we can go ahead and start on our right hand guide assembly by removing this guide clamp. We're going to go ahead and install our gloves, making sure we got the right PPE on. For this deinstallation, you're going to need 3 specific tools. Going to be a 1/4 inch Allen wrench, an 1/8 inch Allen wrench for the guides once we get inside. And to remove those chaining clips off the guide pin, you're going to need a set of snap spring pliers. To start out, we're going to take this 1/4 inch Allen wrench, go ahead and loosen up the guide clamp. Making sure that we don't lose any bolts because we're going to be reusing all the hardware for today. Now once we're inside here, we can see that we have a pin-on style guide, and then we're going to have a countersunk screw-on style guide. So want to make sure that we grab the according guide for each one because you'll have a countersunk no coolant channel and then a pin-on no coolant channel. As vice versa, you'll have a countersunk coolant channel and a countersunk or non-countersunk pin-on coolant channel as well. Next, we can take our 1/8 inch Allen wrench and go ahead and break this guide loose, making sure that we do not drop this countersunk screw into the coolant tank because man, we're going to need it later. And that guide is actually on some dowels. Alright, so now that we have the guide clamp off, we can go ahead and take off our countersunk screw using our 1/8 inch Allen wrench. Break this loose, making sure not to drop this in the coolant tank because we will be reusing all our hardware for today. Then we can pull our guide off the saw as it's on these little dowels. Just like that. And then we go ahead and remove our backup guide. And now we can go ahead with our guide clamp. We can flip this over, taking off our retaining ring. That way we can get the guide pin out and remove this pin-on style guide. If you can, try not to bend this guy up too much, as if you don't have another one on hand, we will have to be reusing it. So now we can go ahead and remove this guide pin by just pressing it out. Little assistance. And then remove our pin-on style guide off the dowels. Making the note that you can see that this chamfer edge is where that leading edge of the blade will be entering in the guide. So you always want to put the chamfer side to the edge to where the blade will be entering the guide set. So now we go ahead and reinstall all our new guides. The backup guide is fairly simple. Just go ahead and place that new on the saw with the flat part towards the top of the blade. And then we'll go ahead with our pin-on style guide. We'll take our according guide. It's going to be this right here. Putting our chamfered edge towards the blade side. Putting it on the dowels. Placing the guide pin. And then flipping it over and putting our retaining ring back on. Making sure that our retaining ring's on nice and snug in that channel. And then we can go ahead and put our screw-on style on. But this side didn't have any coolant channels, so we're going to be the screw-on countersunk side without coolant channels. Putting our chamfered edge towards this side of the blade. And then replacing it with our countersunk 1/8 inch screw. Then make sure that's on there good and snug. Now we can go ahead and put the guide clamp back on. And leaving it snug enough to where you don't want to put it on all the way tight. Leave some gap. That way we can put our blade back up in the guide assembly. Now we finished our installation on the right-hand side guide assembly. We're going to go ahead and move to the left side. Alright, so for the de-installation on the left-hand guide assembly, pretty straightforward. Just going to be just like the right hand. We're going to go ahead and start with our 1/4 inch Allen wrench, loosening up the guide clamp. And then we can go ahead and pop loose. Like I said, making sure not to drop this countersunk because, man, sometimes hardware stores are hard to find and we don't want to lose this guy. We will be reusing it. Just a little bit open sound can tell you. And then we go ahead and pull our backup guide off. Then reinstallation, pretty straightforward. Our new backup guide can go on, making sure that the bottom side is flat towards the topping of the blade. We can go ahead and now remove the guide on our pin-on style side guide by taking our needle nose pliers and removing the retaining ring. Try not to bend this guy up too bad because we'll be reusing it. Alright, then we can just knock this pin out here. Sometimes they're a little stuck. Give them a little tap. To the flathead, sometimes we can just work it side to side, get it to come free. There it goes. And then we can go ahead and now reinstall our pin-on style side guide. It's going to be this here. Making sure that we line those coolant channels up, putting it back on the dowels, placing the guide pin, press it in nice and good, flip it over, and then go ahead and replace your retaining area. Sometimes these retaining rings get a little bent up. Just go ahead and kind of bend it back into shape here. And then go ahead and reinstall it.
Go ahead and get the intended set widen.
Making sure that it goes in that groove nice. There you go. Now we can go ahead and put on our screw-on style guide back on, placing it back on the dowels, making sure that we line up the coolant channels. And reinstalling our 1/8 inch countersunk Allen bolt. Making sure we get that nice and snug. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and put our guide clamp back on. Taking our 1/4 inch Allen wrench. Like I said, we just want to snug this up and back it off just so that way we have enough slop to go ahead and put our blade back in there. Alright, so now you have successfully deinstalled and reinstalled your new black iron guide upgrade kit. So you can see on the old guides, we got some uneven wear on this patch right here. You can tell that these guides were not CNC machined and they were definitely not surface wound to create an even contact patch against the side of the blade. So we'll be able to fix that with these new black iron parts. These are CNC machined, and they've got a nice surface ground surface to create a good contact patch, and that blade will contact every square inch of that carbide, and that will lead to less wear, more accuracy in the cut, and just overall money savings into the customer's pocket. Now you've successfully installed your 1.25" side guides on your MSaw 105 LA machine. Like I said, these black iron industrial precision parts are going to lead to money savings for the consumer, being that you're going to have a way more accurate cut with better contact patch, and you're going to have better blade life as well as longer carbide life on those precision side guides, leading to less changing out of those guides in the future.